Have you seen all those posts celebrating India's 4-day work week and 3 days of paid leave? But let's be honest for a moment. Will a new rule on paper actually change how most companies in India make people work? Yes, the new labor framework talks about completing 48 hours a week and allows the possibility of compressing those hours into 4 working days. But there's a big gap between what the law permits and what organizations practice. In many high pressure sectors, employees are already working far beyond their official hours long before any 4-day week entered the conversation. In consulting, big fours, the MBBs, big corporate startups, and investment firms, 12 to 14 hours a day are not unheard of. For some teams, they are normalized. Laptops shut late at night, weekends get consumed by urgent tasks, and the line between work and personal time keeps fading. In that environment, expecting a sudden cultural transformation just because a legal option exists can be unrealistic. Even if the state governments adopt more flexible rules, each organization will interpret them in its own way. Some may genuinely try to redesign work so employees benefit, but many will simply repackage the same workload into a different structure. A 4-day week on paper can still feel like a 7-day availability reality if targets, client demands, and leadership expectations do not change. And this video is not to discourage hope but to reset expectations. Laws can create a framework, but they cannot by themselves fix unhealthy work cultures or protect people from silent pressure. Real improvement happens when organizations respect boundaries. So, before celebrating any headline about a 4-day work week, ask if my workload targets and evaluation metrics will change or only the wording will. If you are an employee, start by setting reasonable time limits and having honest conversations with your manager about capacity and instead of silently stretching every day. If you are a manager or founder watching this, remember that sustainable performance comes from a balanced teams and not exhausted ones. If you relate to this post, share it with your colleagues and comment your official work hours versus your actual work hours. Because new rules may come and go, but meaningful change will only happen when both the organizations and employees treat healthy working hours as non negotiable and not as a bonus.